Hello everybody, welcome to 2 Bits, episode 3. I am of course Loach as usual. You can see we have fancy graphics now, so I don't have to plug the Twitters, they say it beneath us. I am at Loach Gaming, it's over on this side, and at Flexi101, say hi.
Hey man, what's going on?
Not much, what's going on
Nice.
dude?
Is that at Flexi like down there? Just like
yeah.
right there. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's down there, don't worry. It's
The
down there.
graphics look cool, man. I
Yeah,
like
they're not bad, hey.
Yeah,
They're pretty
good,
okay. Thanks to our friend Adrian Falaci. Yeah,
Adrian Falaci.
try and plug his Flickr or something I think he uses. I can't remember it.
Yeah.
I'll grab it off him before I post this online, and it'll be in the description below. Check out his stuff. He's a good photographer, and he's a graphic designer as well, and he posts all kinds of pretty neat stuff. So yeah, thanks to him for our awesome graphics. As you can see, Flexi has a car. Oh, it's on that side. Flexi has a car on his side because Flexi is of course a
I'm not going to
motorhead.
point because I don't know which side it's
Yeah, I know, right? And I have a lion. Who's here.
Yeah.
Here is my lion.
I can't see you.
I know, right? You don't have to see me, don't worry. Whoops, totally brought that up over the top. Alright, Flexi, what are we talking about?
What are we talking about, man? We got some would you rather questions.
Would you rather? So, 2 Bits,
Would you
we're
rather?
going to try and take a bit of a different term. We're going to try and have a bit more structure to us. So, this is one of our new segments. It's called Would You Rather, in which Flexi and I ask each other a Would You Rather question, obviously.
Yeah.
If you guys have any suggestions for Would You Rather questions, post them in the comments below. Yeah,
we're going to try and keep this one a bit PG, but we're open to any sort of freaky things that you guys are into. Would You Rather, guys, is basically, I think it started as basically like a party game, and you sort of ask like two really bad scenarios or two really good scenarios, and you say, would you rather do this? So sort of like, would you rather do, Christina Aguilera or do Angelina Jolie? But we got much more interesting ones than that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes, we do. Okay.
All right. Who's going first?
I'll let you go first.
Alright, my would you rather is, would you rather have a rewind button on your life or a pause button?
Ooh.
It's hard, isn't it? I thought about it for so long when I read it. Talk me through what you're thinking.
I'm thinking because there's times in your life like that you kind of want to go back and slap yourself in the head.
Yeah.
Like there's those times, or like there's times in your life when you want to go back and watch something that you did. Like, I played like an awesome game of football this week. I really want to go back and watch myself play.
But the thing is, if you rewind, you wouldn't be able to watch yourself. You would rewind to that time, so you would have to relive the moment.
So it's not like a travel back in time.
It's not like you get to travel back in time. It's you literally rewind your life to that point so that you can redo things.
But do you remember? You don't remember being at this point in time, then rewinding back. So you go back to this point in time where you completely don't know.
That's a good concept. I'd say you would remember. You would remember the future.
Oh,
so in other words, you're pretty much immortal. You just live the same 80 or however many years you're alive over and over again. Because you're like, I'm about to rewind back to like I'm 10 again. Sweet.
But then the other question I have is, if you pause your life, so you're obviously still moving, because otherwise what's the point in pausing? So if you pause your life, do you age? Because if you
no, you wouldn't age.
Hold on a second. I got an ad pop up on my website here, and it just started playing in my ear.
You wouldn't age. You wouldn't age. You would pause. Everything around you would pause, and everyone would be obviously oblivious to what you were doing.
Well, so
you can do whatever you want. You don't age, and then when you unpause, you go back to exactly where you were. Or no, you can be anywhere that you want. You can do wherever you want. Around. You can teleport places essentially in front of people.
Because that's really interesting. Because if I could pause, then you could really
mess with people's heads.
Yeah.
I would pause, move like half a step to the left, and unpause constantly, and people would be like, "What the?"
No, I'd pause. I'd be talking to someone. I'd pause, turn around, unpause, pause, turn around again. So like in like a split second.
So just like baby. God, that would be really creepy. I would mess with people's minds constantly.
Oh, I would keeping it PG. I would be like walking along with someone and then pause, then go on the other side of them.
Oh God. Oh my God, how freaked out would you be? Jesus.
Oh man, you could have so much fun with that.
But if you could rewind, imagine the knowledge that you could
yeah, see, I'd
impart
have to go
upon
with
people.
rewind.
I think
Because
you would as well. You'd have to.
Pausing is good. Don't get me wrong, but the thing is, with the rewind function, you could literally just go, okay, that like 2 seconds from now, that didn't work. Rewind, boom.
Yeah.
You know, and then you could just sort of do that differently.
Yeah.
You know,
could rewind to when I was 18.
You'd pause it, and then you do something, and then you unpause it, and you see if it works. And yeah, so with rewind, you get so many more chances. Plus, you get to rewind and relive your life. So
exactly. So why pause in an instant? Just keep redoing it. Just keep rewinding.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it's yeah, you definitely rewind.
Yeah,
think
so.
about that. Yeah,
that's the conclusion I came to, was rewind as well.
Of course, man.
Okay.
That's
so you'd rather have a rewind button than have a pause button?
I'd rather have a rewind button than a pause.
What if we put a limit on it? You could pause as much as you want, but you could only rewind once. See, that makes it a lot more difficult.
Yeah, it does.
I'd probably still rewind, but I wouldn't rewind until I was like on my deathbed or like in retirement and like doing nothing every single day. That's when I'd rewind. But okay, it's 16 again. I'm good.
16, and like no, I'd go through the first years of my life, and I would jot down all the major moves in business, and just go back to like 16.
Oh my god, I would invest it. But the thing is, like, you'd be able to just, you could just invent Facebook.
Yeah,
you could invent Facebook. Well, you could come up with the internet.
It's like the plot from
when you were 5. You could come up with the internet.
A hot tub time machine.
Hot tub time machine.
Yeah, because they go back in time.
Spoiler:
and then
guy goes back in time in a hot tub time machine. Funnily enough, and then he doesn't go back. So then he uses all of his knowledge to I invented Google, and he calls it Loogle and all that kind of stuff. Right. So, and he's a multi-trillion bazillionaire and all that kind of stuff.
And he's made all his friends really happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, because that's an interesting science conundrum, and
let's not get into time travel. Let's not do that.
Sorry?
Let's not get into time travel. We'll talk about this for hours.
No. I was going to go, time travel. Oh, man, I could do a whole series on time travel.
Yeah.
I could do a whole year on time travel, then go back in time and redo it.
Oh, God.
But the one awesome little fact I learned this week from the sort of physics thing, because I'm not that smart, but I do like physics facts and facts and getting into the whole thing. But the one I learned this week was that humanity, the whole entire world, like every single person on the earth, can fit into a sugar cube. Because if you remember back in science class, they taught you that your atoms that make up your body, which are made of protons, neutrons, electrons, between that there's like massive space gaps.
Yes.
There's like nothing. So
nothingness.
Yeah. So if you took all the people in the world, took all that space out of their atoms and just left the actual matter, and compressed it all together, you would get a sugar cube, basically the size of a sugar cube. That's how big the whole human race would be in matter.
That is mind-boggling.
Mind-boggling. And the cool thing is that sugar cube would weigh like something like 5 billion tons because of the denseness of it.
Yeah, but the fact that they could compact it down to that much. Well, you can't physically compact it down to that much, but the concept behind it.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. That is crazy. The other one that always blows my mind, and my brother used to tease me with it constantly, it was like, watermelons are 98% water, so what's the other 2%?
Very good.
They're 98% water! What the hell? It used to boggle my mind. And like cucumbers are like they're like 90-something% water as well.
And what's human being? 60 or 70%?
I don't know, a ridiculous amount percent.
Yeah. Well, I love I remember being in the car with you one time, and I asked you that really question that made you freak out. Is when you think, everyone thinks you have a little voice in your head.
Yeah, God.
Yeah, you know where I'm going with this. You have a little voice in your head that like sort of speaks as you're thinking, as it goes along. And the question I asked Loach was, if we think in a voice, and it's obviously like our voice or like a English or something, someone speaking our language, what little voice and what language do deaf people think in? And
Blew my mind. I was just like, what? What?
Because it's such a simple thing. When you think, you have a little voice in your head, but
Yeah.
what would they think?
What are deaf people thinking?
What
Well,
did-
we're talking about like people that are like 100% deaf, never heard any sounds at all
Yeah.
throughout their entire life. They couldn't possibly have understood anything.
deaf from childhood.
Yeah.
Deaf from childhood.
What?
That's like just I can't fucking fathom it.
I know. I imagine that there'd be like, because they can still lip read and they understand that certain movements of the mouth make up certain words, so they probably understand a certain language. But whether they wouldn't be able to mentally create that audio of it. I'm
Yeah.
blowing my own mind right now.
I think this would take way too long to
Yeah.
find.
Okay, back to Would You Rather. Your Would You Rather question.
Actually, one thing. If anyone is actually watching this who is smart enough to explain that,
please do. Please
Please.
do. I'm so stupid when it comes to things like
to
that.
twobitsvods@gmail.com. Write the email.
Yeah,
let us know
it's
about it.
probably going to be lengthy.
And
Or it's just going to be, you're
I'll read
idiots, here's the explanation. It's like 2 sentences.
it.
It's like,
You are an
it's like
idiot.
whatever language they learnt it in. Like, they just
Yeah, but they didn't learn like
But
when I'm
sign
talking
language-
like language as like an audio language.
Yeah.
Like sign language I can understand, but just no.
I don't know. Anyway, Would You Rather? What's your
My
Would You
would you
Rather?
rather? My would you rather is a bit of a nerdy one.
Mm.
It involves 2 created universes. The first one's Pokemon. The second one is Harry Potter.
I love
So
Pokemon.
would you rather live in the Harry Potter universe and go to Hogwarts,
Sweet.
but you are a Muggle, which is a person with no magical
Yeah.
powers,
Yeah.
or would you rather live in the world of Pokemon,
Uh.
but you can only catch Magikarps?
Oh.
No. And
Well,
no, and no,
I
before you-
have
no,
no,
but-
I have a few questions. I have a
I
few
know where
questions.
you're going with this.
I have a few
No,
questions.
it does not involve into Gyarados.
Well, that's bullshit. That was my first question. Is can I evolve the Magikarp into Gyarados?
You can only have Magikarps.
Okay, I would then ask you, if I can only catch Magikarp, is there any other way to obtain Pokemon, say via buying or trading? Say, I'll give you 10,000 Magikarp for your 1 Rattata. Something like that. Is that a possibility? Or can I buy it, say, with money?
I did not think of that.
Or anything like that?
Because
Is there any other way for me to obtain Pokemon other than Magikarp? I would catch a Magikarp. I don't give a fuck. I would keep a Magikarp.
Hmm.
But I want other Pokemon as well, obviously. Is there any other way for me to obtain them, apart from catching them?
Well, I'd have to say yes, because the fact that it does... the question I did get was the fact that you can only catch Magikarp. I didn't think of another way to actually obtain.
There you go. See, I'm looking for the loopholes. And okay, when it comes to the Hogwarts ones, because I haven't picked yet, when it comes to the Hogwarts one, you said you go to Hogwarts, but you're a Muggle.
Yes.
But to go to Hogwarts, you have to know the existence of magic, and you can't go to Hogwarts without knowing magic. So even if you're a Muggle, Hermione, who's obviously Emma Watson, Kapow, is a half Muggle. She was able to learn magic. So can I learn magic despite the fact that I am a Muggle, or am I just considered a Muggle but I still go to Hogwarts and learn magic and stuff?
No, you can't do magic. So that was a question that says you can't basically Muggle and you can't do magic.
Well, then I'd go to Pokemon. Clearly.
Yeah. Well,
I think even if I was a Muggle and I could learn magic, I think I'd still want the Pokemon universe anyway.
Yeah, Pokemon universe.
I think Pokemon universe would just be
hands down.
Would be
hands down
so much fun.
Have you played any more Pokemon games since first generation?
Yeah, you and I
Yeah.
we're playlaying Fire Red. Fire Red on my
It's still
Android.
first generation Pokemon.
Oh no! Apart from first generation, no.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Just been.
No, okay, Pokemon to me is 151 Pokemon and the story. That's it. There's nothing more to it. I understand new generations of kids and all that kind of stuff and keep it fresh. That's cool. But for me personally, I will only ever play the 151, and I really like the fact that they re-released Blue and Red and that kind of stuff with this Fire Red, where they've brought in all the old stuff into the new one.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Sorry, they brought in all the new features into the old Pokemon.
Yeah, the new features at the time it was released, yeah. Because now they're up to like X and Y,
I have
Pokemon
no
X and Y
idea.
just
I have
released
no idea. There are
last year.
thousands, probably
Oh, it's something like
thousands upon
700
thousands.
now, I think 700 or 600.
I have no idea.
Oh man, like they got so many more new legendaries. Basically, make all the old legendaries shit. Like
We're
the
getting
fact
really
that
nerdy.
like it screws up their actual concept of what they are.
We're getting
'cause,
really nerdy, by the way.
Sorry,
We're getting really nerdy.
we are getting really.
This is a
nerdy.
really gaming-related one, isn't it?
Yeah,
We're nerdy.
we're nerdy.
If we're going to be nerdy, ants are capable of carrying objects 50 times their own body weight with their mandibles.
50 times.
Just a little known fact.
Well, yeah. Man, I wish I could have that.
How boss would you be?
I wish I could just have mandibles.
Just mandibles, and then just pick things up that are 50 times your weight. 50 times. You'd be picking up stuff that's like, if you're 70 kilo, like 7 ton or something. I'm not good at maths.
300.
I don't give a shit.
So 70 times. No, I'm not going to try that.
No.
I bet you're going to have all these comments from our friends going, "No, you fucking idiots."
You're an idiot.
Well, the other, was it the red fire ant, the one who like in times of flood will make a boat out of themselves and float to the nearest tree?
Yeah, they will.
I find that so cool.
3.5 ton.
Huh?
3.5 ton. If you were, say, 70 kilos. Oops.
Oh, cool. 3.5.
Yeah.
So where does that come into it?
Yeah, 3.5 ton.
tons.
Other ant facts is that ants will sometimes herd or tend to insects of other species, like aphids or leafhoppers. Ants are cool. I am fascinated by ants. Like, you know how kids used to be the ones that used to like burn them with magnifying glasses and stuff by like, yeah, you, in other words, do that kind of stuff. I am fascinated by them. I want to replace my computer desk. Apart from the fact that I would smash it probably straight away, because whenever I get really mad playing games, I like smash my table. I want to replace it so that I get so mad. The top part, what's it called? The top part of the desk? I don't know. The top part of the desk is an ant farm, like a complete glass thing. The top surface is an ant farm. How cool would that be? How cool, or a coffee table where the surface is an ant farm.
That would be fucking sick.
That would be cool, right?
That would be cool.
And you'd see them congregating in certain areas as well. And you'd see them like running around and moving around and that kind of stuff. Man, I want an ant farm now. I'm going to go buy an ant farm.
See you, man.
I'm going now, actually. I'm just going to get a jar, fill it with dirt, and then just catch ants from outside and put them in there and close the jar.
You could have just said, "Hey, Cal, can I borrow your ute?"
Oh my god. Gigantic. I wouldn't be able to see it. I wouldn't be able to see it, though. Only from the top. You don't see shit from the top.
What? Of your ant farm?
Yeah, you'd only see the top of it if I put it in the back of your ute.
I meant put the dirt in the back of my ute to get it to your house to make a...
Yeah, but I don't have a gigantic glass thing to put it in. Unless I replace one of my fish tanks with a gigantic ant farm. Not gonna happen.
Oh.
Not gonna happen. What did you just break?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Keep going.
Nothing. I'm not going to put my foot there anymore. Okay. Anyway, I wanted to talk about a subject today that I mentioned before we start the video is things that people do that piss me off in bars.
In bars? Bars? Nightclubs? Or bars?
Nightclubs.
Or
these can be your friends. They can be anyone else. Like anything that pisses you off in bars. Mm-hmm.
Shoot.
Number 1, cock blockers.
Cock blockers. Exhibit A,
cock
Paul.
Blockers. No. Exhibit B, Cameron. Cock blockers. And not
cock blockers.
Oh, because I worked in nightclubs for a couple of years.
For
right?
people that don't know what cock blocking is, just quickly. People that don't know what cock blocking is. When you are talking to a woman, and you are getting your manliness on in an attempt to potentially get some lady attention from said lady, and a person, whether they be male or female, come and legitimately block your cock from getting there by like whatever means.
Whatever means, and some of them are so bad. I've had it done to me many times. there's different types. There's the guy who will always interrupt you when you go to the room. This can be like your housemate or you're staying at your friend's house. You're like that one guy who comes up to you and goes, "Dude, you gotta clean the dishes." You're like, "Fuck it." Oh, you got that dude. You got the dude. You know, when you go to the toilet, you leave the girl there. Like, you quickly onto the toilet. He goes, walks up to the girl, goes, "Dude, like, I don't know who you are, but I care about you. That guy has herpes."
That's this guy. That's this guy here. That's totally.
I don't know
me.
who you are, but I care for you. The other one I love is the "I gotta go girl." Right, the "I gotta go girl" is man's worst enemy. This is where your wingman comes into play when you're at nightclubs. The wingman's job is to find in that group of girls, find the "I gotta go girl." Right, the "I gotta go girl" is that one where you be like, "Hey, baby," you're getting all into it, and she's into it. You're about to go home, and this girl goes, "Honey, we gotta go," and just drags you out of the club. That one. Because she's not getting attention, she's not getting the praise, and just goes, "Fuck it, I'm going." So cock blocking is number one on my list for things that piss me off in a bar the most. There you go. Number two, I have to say, is what I call bottom feeders.
Bottom feeders?
Bottom feeders.
Loaches?
Loaches. Because you are a bottom feeder.
In fish terminology, a bottom feeder. Shut up.
You
brought that
right.
upon myself. It's the first thing that came to my mind. Continue.
So bottom feeders is a term I gave to the people who came like right at the end of the night. You know, my rule was never stay out past 3 o'clock in the morning. After 3 o'clock in the morning, the good girls have gone home. The not so good looking girls are still out. The guys are either like the good guys have gone home with the good girls. All that's left are either fucking drunk people, not good looking girls, and bottom feeders. Bottom feeders are the ones who will come in, swoop around, find the drunk girls, find the girls who have really low self-esteem and didn't get a guy during the night. The bottom feeders, they come at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and they take them home. The reason why I don't like bottom feeders is they start most of the fights in Civic because they are aggressive as fuck. They come in, "Oh, here's a girl, I'll grab this one." "No, I saw her first." And they fucking fight. And just the other thing is they're fucking disrespectful. They'll go for anything. The girl could be passed out, spewing in a fucking gutter, and he will still try and tap
And he's like, "Sweet, my kind of lady."
Yeah, I've seen one, man. One of my jobs in ICBM, being a floor staff at the time, was to go into both sets of bathrooms and get glasses and make sure it's clean, mop the floors, make sure everyone's okay, no one's passed out on the floor. And constantly you would see a guy in there, a bottom feeder I would call it, holding a girl's hair back, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. As she's thrown up and be grinding against her as she's thrown up in the fucking toilet.
God.
This is the kind of guys we're talking about.
That's why she's throwing up. But little known fact, you mentioned ICBM. ICBM is a nightclub in Canberra. It stands for Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. People never believe me.
Yeah. Or people call it Itchy Bum.
Itchy Bum. Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. So in other words, a projectile of any type that flies between continents.
So
but hang on. That question for intercontinental ballistic missile. If you're firing from country to country, say it doesn't leave the continent. So, for example, if the US were to shoot a missile at Canada, is it still an ICBM? Because it hasn't technically changed continents, but it has in fact changed countries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get that in you.
Inter-country ballistic missile?
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I asked a question. I don't know the answer to it.
No, okay. I was
I'm just asking random questions.
You bastard! You sprung this on me. Fuck you.
Popped into my head.
This other thing that pissed me off in bars. 18-year-old groups of guys who think they're the toughest things in the world because they're the toughest things at school.
Guys that think they're awesome. Now, these are the guys that generally have shaved sides, and then they're trying to grow long hair, and then they're tied into a stupid little head handle, which is exactly that. So when they're giving head to their guy friend, I'll stop there. It's a head handle, okay?
Yeah, these 18-year-old punks used to come in, and they used to Like you're nursing, they'll be wearing the tightest shirts. They'd be like this all night, like breathing.
Yeah, they're the ones that they push their shoulders back, really pronounce out their chest because they're awesome.
Walking like a fucking chicken.
Yeah, meatheads.
Meatheads. And we're not talking about the big guys out there. We're talking about the 18-year-old kids. No, don't get me wrong. Most of them are okay. There's a lot of them that spoils a bunch, and the reason is you've gone from being at school where you shut up your phone, where you've gone from being the big kid in a small school, or big fish in a small pond, to being in a big fucking sea, and you're the littlest fish out there.
You is tiny. It's the same as going from year 6 to year 7. You're the biggest kids in the smallest school, and then you go to the smallest kids in the biggest school. So people come in there, or kids come in there thinking, yeah, I'm top shit, and they're getting crushed.
But that also brings me on to the best thing I see in nightclubs is when these kids get to that point of realization where they go, oh shit. And it usually comes from them being disrespectful little shits. And a guy probably about the age of 28 onwards to 28 to 35 kind of just doesn't do it violently, but just sort of just goes, grabs him by the chest and puts him up against the wall and just go, what did you say? And it's the funniest thing you'll see because this kid just goes, like, he's been out-muscled by a guy with, like, one hand. Like, they realise that this guy's a man. I saw a fight in ICBM once. Well, it wasn't really a fight. It was confrontation. This guy was basically just saying, like, this 35-year-old guy, roughly, he was just like, go away to these kids. There's, like, 3 of them. It was just like, go away. I don't want to deal with you. Just go away. Go to the other side of the club. Have a good night. Anyway, this kid's, like, doing the fucking Muhammad Ali shit. And just goes whack and clocks this 35-year-old guy right in the cheek. And it was the best thing ever because the 35-year-old guy's head didn't move.
Didn't budge.
So, poof.
Concrete.
And this little kid went, ooh. Shit. And then they decided to bolt.
Yeah, well, Yeah,
it's just a funny thing. In that pure moment, this kid's just gone, oh, shit.
I find most people don't know how to throw punches.
No, most people don't. That's how you get a lot of broken wrists is because people throw punches like that, like with crooked wrists. Instead of, yeah.
But anyway.
You got any little known facts there, Dylan? You seem to have a couple.
Little known fact. I got another one about ants if you want.
Oh, go for it.
Ants started farming long before humans.
I believe that.
They began their agricultural ventures about 50 million years before humans thought to raise their own crops.
Well, the other one I know is closely related to ants is termites, where they build their termite mounds in spirals.
Yeah,
because
termites are very interesting.
Because they're trying to stay away from the sun, so the sun sort of goes over, and so the sun's here, they'll build over here, and then as the sun goes down, they'll build like that. Yeah, there you go, little known fact.
You know how your fact about the biomass of people?
Yeah.
Yeah. The total biomass of all ants on Earth is roughly equal to the biomass of people on Earth.
Fuck.
There's over 12,000 species of ants, and there's about 1.5 million ants for every human. There's a lot of ants, yo. Which is why there's so many horror movies about ants becoming like gigantic, because we'd be dead in like half a second.
Oh, of course. Like, it's feel like this thing's just walk through and just hit us with the mandibles, and we'd be fucked.
Yeah, we'd be dead. All right. So before we wrap up, is there anything else you want to quickly talk about?
I think we're missing something, man.
Are we? What are we missing?
We've hit 2 things and we've missed one more.
2? What's the third thing?
Oh, the third thing, man. Hold on a second.
What are we talking about?
On my fucking phone. Yeah, we had another subject to talk about.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
What is it?
Oh, no, we didn't.
No, I thought you were making me think I'm crazy. That's everything.
Oh, got music in my ear. Sorry.
No, that's everything. Sorry? Do you want to say a quick goodbye and stuff?
Well, this has been Flexi from 2 Bits, and that's been Loach
other
from
side.
2 Bits. Find us on Twitter, guys. We're at 2 Bits.
At twobitsvods. Yeah.
At twobitsvods. Email us on twobitsvods@gmail.com. Facebook has started. I started that just after episode 2.
Yep. So look it up. 2bits vodcasting.
2bits vodcasting. And we will be back with some more stuff coming up. We've got a challenge with me to try and catch a golf ball, which will be hit by our friends Tommy and Dave. No, I will not be standing 10 meters away from them before you ask.
Still
I'll be standing.
An idiot.
Still an idiot. I'll be standing a fair way back. So that's where you get to meet Tommy and meet Dave and anyone else who wants to try and film. I give all due respect for the person who's going to be standing with me.
Yeah.
Film.
Yeah.
So that's coming up, guys. Keep your eyes out. And Loach has started his new video, which is called
Loach's Perspective. Yes, I started a new web series called Loach's Perspective, which is essentially the same kind of stuff as 2bits, but it's rather talking about something in the news or something that I feel pretty passionate about. And it is just me. The first one should already be out, actually, today. I talk about Copenhagen Zoo and the way that they euthanized both Marius the giraffe, and now they also put down some lions as well. So, yeah, if you guys are interested in that, Loach's Perspective should be out now. Again, guys, you can follow us on Twitter. Flexi is at Flexi_101. I am, of course, at Loach Gaming. They are beneath us if you lost that, but they will be in the description below as well. Thank you again to Adrian for the graphics. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, all that random jazz, guys. From 2bits, we're going to have a lot more stuff outside of these 2 rooms that you see us in for the last few episodes. We're actually going to go outside and do things. We're not just nerds.
It's a ukulele.
It is a ukulele. See you guys.